I am Don Sidhu, I'm Singaporean and I was once permanent resident here before becoming a citizen. So I have been through this and let me break down everything you need to know about Singapore permanent residency, their benefits, their disadvantage, the application process, and in between and end of the video, I will share some important tips with you that can really help in your PR application, but no guarantee though. Alright, so don't skip the video, so watch it fully. When I say Singaporean, that means Singapore citizens, and when I say PR, it means permanent resident. These are two different status. But before we start, I have a little video with a story for you to watch and listen carefully.
In 1299, King of Palembang decided to go for hunting with his men at Bintan Island, where they saw a slug. But the slug was too fast for them and disappeared in no time. They reached at the stone where they saw an island full of white sand. He asked, "Which place is this?" "The Marsic, my sir." They decided to sail there, but stuck with the storm. To balance the boat, they have to remove the cargo, but the storm won't stop anywhere. To give the offering to the ocean, the king had to give his crown away. Storm came to a stop, and they continued their journey after. Shortly, they arrived at the island where Sang Nila Utama happened to see an animal with a red body and black head. He asked his man, "Which animal is this?" "Singa," replied the man. Singa disappeared soon after and never to be found again. Happy with the place, King decided to keep his name as a Singapore Lion City, and of course give himself a crown, new crown with the leaves.
So from this story we learned that Singapore was not discovered by Sir Raffles. It was Sang Nila Utama who discovered Singapore and named it. Back then in 2010 when my PR was approved, it was in one go and it took me 3 months to get my result. And at the time it was slightly easier compared to now. Singapore from then has evolved and its system improved a lot. They have come up with a lot of criteria and rules. Every year, IC received 150,000 applications, and only 33,400 applications were approved in 2022. And I think last year it was 34,000 plus approval. But if you compare the numbers, the approval rate is 10%, below 10%, and rejections are 90 to 95%. I'm not demeaning you guys, but I'm just telling you it is hard. But good news is that Singapore government, they recognize that immigrants are very important for Singapore growth. First of all, you must know who gives the PR, right? It is given by ICA, Immigration Checkpoint Authority of Singapore, who decide whether to give you PR or PR. One is permanent residency, another one is permanent return. Nobody knows how they work. Even the Prime Minister of Singapore also don't know how they work, and they will never give you any reason why your application is rejected. Application is submitted online in e-services in the ICA website itself. You're not required to have an agency to do for you unless you're rich and you have no time. Take note, ICA declares in their website that they do not affiliate with any such agencies. Okay, so let's start. Very first step is to have your SingPass ready. It is one application you can download from the Google Store or Apple Store, right? And then get it done with it. Very easy, very fast. Settle this one, very important. And then let's talk about the criteria for PR. Now, as a foreigners, you may be eligible to apply for permanent residency if you are married to Singaporean or Singapore permanent resident. And here, let me tell you one thing. When you're married to Singaporean or PR, you cannot apply directly PR. You have to go through one system. Now they come up with this. You have to apply first long-term visit pass plus pass, LTVP plus pass. Then wait few years, then you can apply for PR, right? You cannot directly apply PR once you're married to Singaporean. No, that's not how it works. Another one is if you are unmarried child below age of 21 and born in the context of legal marriage, or you are legally adopted by Singapore citizen or PR. If you are aged parent of Singapore citizen, then student studying in Singapore, and foreign investor. Then lastly, holder of employment pass or S pass. So today we mostly gonna touch this criteria, and there are other factors they will look into, which is economic contribution by you. Make sure you have a good salary package and savings, and plus you're paying your income tax on time. Qualification: you must have good education certificates from well-recognized institutions. If it is from SMU or SIM, Singapore Management University, or Singapore Institute of Management, wow, your application have a nice star on it. But no guarantee again. Age is another factor. 30 or below is idle age. It's not mentioned in their website, but think for yourself. If you are a government, would you like to have liabilities those are already aged a lot? Or you want to have people those are young and contributing a lot and longer to the economy of country, right? But depends again, every profile is different. Maybe you are billionaire. And length of residency, please make sure you are on Epass or Spass more than 2 years. 3 years are idle. With clean record, do not get in trouble with any of the government agency like ICA, MOM, NEA or IRAS. Now let's talk about the documents. Okay, it's a very long list, but I will just tell you the basic documents that you need. But the list will be in description, so do check it thoroughly, or you can go to the IC website also. So first thing, you need a valid passport with 6-month validity before you apply, and then your employment pass or S-pass, hard copy and soft copy for the online submission. Then your birth certificate with the both parents' name. Their mother name is very important, remember. And then your educational certificates, and your employer must write a letter nicely to ICA telling that, hi, this guy is working with us and how long already, how much he's earning. And that letter cannot be more than 1 month old. The list is long. If you want to add your spouse, you want to add your children, then please go to ICA website or check the link given in the description site. Make sure all these documents are in English, translated in English, and you have soft copies ready before submission. Make sure you go to your embassy and then get it done. And now let's talk about the cost, right? Singapore is not free. So once the application is submitted, now you pay money, $100, and it is non-refundable. You won't get it back. Once it's gone, it's gone, it's gone. By the way, there is an additional cost also, which I told you, translate your certificates and documents. That will cost you, because when you go to the embassy or the notary services, they will ask you to open your wallet. Now wait for it to process. It takes 6 months or more than 6 months in some cases. And if you want fast result, then the only result you will get is rejection. It's good if they take time. If they don't take time, that means they are not interested in your profile. Oh, you didn't make it. So sorry for you. And those of you got approval, congrats, you have it. You have the blue identity card now. You are finally permanent residents here. Now what? Now benefits of Singapore PR. Stability and security. First of all, Singapore offers a safe and secure environment with a strong economy and excellent healthcare, although expensive. Very expensive. Another good benefits of Singapore permanent residency is you will have CPF, Central Provident Funds. So from your salary every month, your employer will deduct some portion, can be 20%, but depends on newly PR will first 5%, 10%, then eventually reach to 20%, and then the employer will pay 15%. Total becomes 35%, goes to your CPF. That can be used for buying house, for investment, for education, and Medisave. There is a 3 account in there. You will understand later on when you have your PR. Another one is education advantage. Your children will get the priority, right? And then for property wise, you can buy house now from public housing from HDB also, but resale only. New one cannot. New one only for Singaporean citizens. Work flexibility. There. Isn't it everybody wants? And that's the perk of having PR, right? You can work anywhere you want, any company you want, provided the company wants you to. Right? And travel freedom, if you want to go back to your country, go worry free because, on Epass or Spass, you will always think, what if I go back and my employer not happy with me? Cut my Epass or Spass, I'm doomed. No, this headache is gone already. Another one is national service. For male PR above 18 years old, they have to go for national service. Right? You are obligated to do it. And you get to learn about the army system of Singapore, how they run, and everything is nice. And lastly, pathway to citizens. PR open the doors to eventually becoming a Singaporean citizen like me. Ta-da! Singapore is not cheap. It's very expensive. Housing, transportation, and overall living is very expensive here. Your pocket will always be empty like me. And then you will be in competitive environment. The job market can be quite competitive, especially for certain industries like mine. Real estate industry. I'm an agent, by the way, real estate agent. And then national service. Okay, it is nice also, but then for some people it is a nightmare also. Remember, Singapore have a very strict rule about national service, and you cannot run from it. I already talked about the age before. The 30 and below is a great advantage, but if you're old, you're old. And ensure you have a higher salary package and keep growing yourself, keep upgrading yourself, and they want to see if you can sustain in Singapore with the rising expenses and how much and how long you can contribute to Singapore economy. Go to ICA website and read their frequently asked question properly. You will learn a lot, and make sure your documents are very well translated in English. Make sure your birth certificate is ready and your mother name is there, and then keep all salary records and get letter from employer that you worked with and currently working with. And make sure you are paying your income tax on time and keep the record also. Then, now, please pay attention here. Participate in the community events and social gatherings that are happening in Singapore. Okay, be it Chinese New Year, be it Thai Pusam, be it Deepavali. Go meet Minister of Parliaments and get to know their staffs, shake hands with them, have a chat with them. And one day you can ask them for a referral letter to ICA. Especially when you're married to Singaporean, it is very helpful. Remember one thing, they want to know how interested and how committed you are to know about Singapore and to root yourself into the integrated society that Singapore has. The chances are less, but you may get a call from ICA, hey, come for interview. And this tip, if you are a foreigner, when you apply for PR, do not add your parents, elderly parents, in the application. As I mentioned, age matters, contribution matters, so government will look into it. And if they reject, your rejection is there together also. Once your PR is approved, they can have a long-term visit pass, as good as PR, 3 years, 5 years, they can even work on it. And lastly, never give up. Keep trying, keep trying. One day the door will open for you. So love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and do subscribe the channel for more updates about Singapore. And if you need any assistance, do comment.